Oh, sorry, I have no quib. I'm just dying here. Hey guys, so I watched Supernatural last night, and as you can tell, I really didn't want to do a review last night because I sounded like death. And this is the loudest I can talk right now, so I apologize if you guys are going, what is he saying? Anyway, so yes, last episode actually started off like an episode that, would basically be a filler episode, but it turned out to be a story episode. The problem was it wasn't a story episode that really amounted to much, except that they know that the darkness, Amara, is in fact taking souls. But what is this leading up to? What is she doing it for? What is her end game? That's still in the wind. But what we did get was a bit of a kind of a reminiscent story about what happened with Sam when he lost his soul. So they're not really getting rid of that sort of awful storyline, but they are in fact saying that did happen, and we'll actually kind of make a comment on it. The only thing is, as much as I kind of like that little bit step back into a season that technically is not well favored, I still hate that they don't talk about what Famine said to Dean in season 5, which was he had lost his soul. And that's what he said, like when everyone was eating and Dean wasn't hungry at all, is because you've got a big nothing in you, a big no soul. And I hate that they never make a mention of that, ever. It's like, that's why I hated the whole premise of season 6. It's like, but Dean already doesn't have a soul, so what big whoopity who is this? So anyway, they added a very interesting kind of idea of what you could do without a soul. But the only thing that I'm worried about with this guy, this ghost hunter guy, or this ghost interest guy who helped them out, who has no soul, I'm kind of worried that if they were able to get his soul back while he was in prison, I think he would deeply regret having given himself up to the police. But either way, the problem with this episode is it starts off as a filler episode that's so... Why? Okay. Now, the funny thing about people killing people without souls, okay, that's scary, maybe, but we still have the Benders from the first season. Those hillbillies who ate people, hunted people and ate them. So, yeah, no human killer, no non-supernatural force has ever been able to beat the Benders. Ever. Unfortunately, as cool as this episode had some interesting topics and kind of had a little bit more into down Amara's planet, and I like that we've had this consistency. So what, we're 5 episodes in and there's been this consistency, which has been, like I said in previous reviews, has been absent through the past few seasons, like a constant thread. It's kind of like, it's almost feeling like a season of Buffy, really. But unfortunately with that, the episode is quite boring, really, because I was falling asleep, actually, while watching this, half because of how I feel, and half because of what I thought of the episode. And yeah, this episode didn't really have much to it, except that whole talk about having no soul. So in the end, I'm going to give this episode a 3 out of 7. Considering how great the last episode was, and how standard this episode was, as a bit of a disappointment. But oh well, like I said, I'm happy that they're keeping this consistency, but I really wish that someone would talk about Dean having no soul in season 5. Seriously, I want to know what the shit that was about. Hopefully later in the day I'm going to do a review about my new poster tube that I got. So see you guys later.